Good, Ashutosh. Very good. Okay. So, guys, so did you go through the video yesterday? Did you go through the video completely? Yes, no? Yeah. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about a concept called as generator. So, by the way, Akshada is there. Is Akshada? Are you there? Akshada there? Not there? Can you?
Yes, sir.
You are there. Okay. So, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, guys, are you all ready? Just say ready in the chat box. Guys, just say ready if you're ready in the chat box. Okay. Now, Akshada, I have a a program on the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us not worry about this program. We'll just you just start telling me the output for this program that I've written in red color. Okay. So can you tell me what happens over here? Kranti Kumar, can you please mute yourself? Okay. Tell me, Akshada, how does it work?
Yes, my f of x will be called.
Okay, so what I'll do is, it's not x, I'll pass 5. Okay, I'll pass 5 and then I'll pass 6, right? Okay, first time my f of 5 will be called. It's okay, Kranti Kumar. Okay, so can you tell me what happens? Then the control, where does the control go to?
A definition.
It goes to this definition, isn't it? Okay, and
Yes,
then
sir.
what is this x containing?
Now x is containing 5.
Okay, then what happens?
Then it will enter in while loop.
It will enter into that function. Correct? It
Uh,
enters into this function, isn't it? And then you
yes.
encounter a while loop. Then you have a while loop, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then while loop, what happens?
It will check whether it is equal to 0 or not.
Okay, is it equal to 0?
No.
Okay, then what happens? Will it enter into this while loop?
Yes.
If it is not equal to 0, yeah, correct. It'll enter into this while loop. Okay, so then what happens?
Then it will check whether it is equal to 2.
Is it equal to 2?
No.
So will it enter into this if condition?
No.
No. Then what will happen?
Uh, Sir, it will not enter. Sir, it will get term. Then y equal to my f of 6, function 6. 6.
Hey, come on. Again, the while loop will continue, no? Yeah, Akshada, what has happened to you? Yeah. X is not equal to 0. While is a loop, right? It will keep happening, right? Again and again.
Yes, sir. Infinite loop.
Yes or no? It goes to infinite loop, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So it doesn't go. Guys, yes or no? Did you understand this? Hello, guys, did you understand this? Okay. Now, after this, if, okay, if suppose after this return x, if I would have told x equal to x plus 1, assume I have a statement called as x is equal to x plus 1, then what would have happened?
Sir, then if it is not entering in if, then it will
Sorry, x is equal to
execute.
x minus 1, not plus 1, x minus 1. Then what would have happened?
Sir, then that statement would get execute. X is
Which
equal to
state? That means which statement? Which that?
uh, x is equal to x minus 1.
This will get executed. Then x will become what?
4.
Okay, then what happens? Again, it goes
Then
back to the loop, isn't it?
while loop. Yes.
And then what happens?
Then if it will check that 4 is not equal to 0.
Yeah, so it becomes true. It will enter inside this. Then
If
if condition x equal to 2, and again it comes, it decreases, it becomes 3. Then again it checks, then comes inside, isn't it? This happens,
yes,
right? Now, if the moment x value becomes 2, then what will happen?
it will return x.
Guys, is that clear? Is Akshada right? The moment x value becomes 2, okay, so this function will return, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is it right? And once it returns, okay, once it returns, where does that x come and sit?
In y equal to first statement of y.
Yeah, it comes and sits in y, isn't it? This y it
Yes.
comes and sit. Correct? No? My dear friends, is this clear? Hello guys, is that clear? What is written on the screen or what Akshada is telling? Is it right? Okay. Now, so this function got terminated, and now because once it returns, it comes out of that function, and it comes to the next statement, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So here what happens?
First value of x will be 6.
Okay,
That is
so
16.
here, yeah, so again you're calling the same function, isn't it?
Yes.
Again you're calling the same function, and then you're passing what? What is the x value? What is
6.
x value? It is 6, correct? No? So it
Yes.
means you are again starting it from a new value of x, isn't it?
Yes.
Guys, am I right? Again, you're starting with a new value of x. You are not holding on from the previous value. You are starting it from a new value 6. Yes or no, my dear friends?
Yes, sir.
Guys, did you understand? Hello, are you understanding? In the
Yes.
previous function, we left at 2. When the x was 2, we left and we came back. Once we came out of that function, this entire stack was destroyed. It was gone. And then we called my f of x once again. Okay, and then it again started from 6. Isn't it? Yes,
Yes.
no? Okay, Akshada, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, what about others? Others, did you understand what I'm saying? Hello, everyone. I want you all to respond here. I can see hardly few people responding. Please respond. No, it is so irritating to ask you again and again. Respond. Okay. Later, after 5 minutes, you will say, "Sir, please explain once again." Right? Understood or not? Please respond. Whatever it is. Please respond. Right? Okay. Else, I'll keep going and I'll be explaining whatever I feel and I'll finish off. Right? I'm asking you so many times. I'm going so slow and you guys are not even responding here. Come on. It shows it shows your attitude. Right? Did you understand or not? Okay. So Akshada, what is, did you see Akshada, the way if I speak like this, then people will start responding. I don't know what is this human character psychology itself. Okay. Anyways, chalo.
Yes.
So Akshada, did you understand this? So with the
Yes, sir.
moment we say return, it means this function, okay, the control of this function comes out and no more this function will exist, isn't it?
Yes.
So if I want to call this function once again, or if I call this function once again, this x will have a new value of x, correct? No, so it won't
Yes.
have something, it won't have the old value of x, or it doesn't start from the place where it actually left out from the previous function call. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Guys, you understand here? This is not a generator function. That's all. This is not a generator function. Okay, no? So all these days we have been using functions, right? They're all not generator function. Then what is this generator function, or how is this generator function different from a normal function? Is only thing extra here is that, okay, in your generator function we use the keyword yield. Okay, yield, yield, right? Now, so that is the difference. Okay, if you see any function that contains yield, it means that this function is a generator function. Okay, it means that once this control comes out of this generator function, and once you call this function once again, then it will actually start executing from the place where it left over the earlier time when it was actually called. Are you understanding? Guys, you understand what I'm saying? Okay,
Yes, sir.
slightly confusing, but it is very easy. Okay, so in our normal functions, once you actually return from that function will be removed from memory. And once you call that function once again, it will be a fresh function. It will be a new function, isn't it, my dear friends? Yes or no? Whereas that is how this return will work. Whereas the difference between your return and yield is that this concept is available in Python. Okay, so this yield says that, okay, so yield will return a value, okay, but will not terminate this function. That is why when I call this function once again, it will not start everything from first, rather it will start from the place where it actually left out with the previous call. You're understanding what I'm saying, my dear friends? Hello, yes or no? Did you understand what I'm saying? Okay, say for example, okay, say for that is the reason you are able to use a generator function in your for loop right now. So you cannot use, okay, 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 Radhika, okay, no problem. Okay, so okay, so you cannot use a normal function in this place. If you see, do you remember what was the function we used with for loop, my dear friends? Okay, what was the what was the function that we used with the for loop in our previous examples? Any idea what was the function that we used? We did so many programs with that. It was
Range,
range
sir.
function. Exactly. It was called as your range function. And I told you range function is called as what kind of function? It is a
Generator.
generator function. How does it become a generator function? Because within the range function, you are making use of something called as yield. Okay, no? So I have not gone and seen how this range function has been implemented and all that. Okay, but what I tried to do was I just tried to, okay, replicate this range function using my own function called as my generator. Okay, so what I did in this my generator is that, okay, so if you can see again internally I am making use of range function itself. Okay, and each time when I call this function, I will be returning the updated value. For example, let's start from here. Akshada, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first one, for I in my generator and I'm passing 5, correct? No? So this is a function, generator function, isn't it? So what
Yes,
happens, Akshada? So first the call goes to this function,
my
def,
generator.
isn't it? And now
Yes,
what will be the x value?
5.
Okay, it will actually be 5, correct? And then I'll enter into this, okay? And then for I in range, what is range value here now?
5.
It is 5. So what is the value that I'll take into I? Can you tell me?
5.
No, it would be 0. It is range function, yeah? It is 0, no?
Sir, so we have to consider 0 to 5.
How will you consider range function? You're asking me now. Akshara, you're there, not there. I want you to
Yes, sir,
respond.
I'm there.
Else I'll not know whether you're there or not, isn't it? So how will you, how does range function work?
Sir, first 0 to,
So you
okay.
tell me you forgot. You forgot.
No, no, sir. 0 to 4, it will work
0
like,
to 4, isn't it? So I'll take
yes,
the 0 value over here. Okay, first I will take the 0 value, isn't it?
yes.
Okay, and then I take R is equal to, okay, so what is there in I? What is there in I now? Akshada, you are supposed to be
0.
fast here. Huh?
Hello? Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now. Tell me quickly.
0.
It will be 0. Then come into this for loop. Okay. So R is equal to, what is 5 plus I?
5.
Okay. Is there anyone else along with you attending the session and someone telling you or something like that?
No, sir.
But I can hear a lot of other voices. So if you don't know, you give it to that person. At least that person will speak.
No, sir. Actually, TV is there. I'll ask them to lower the volume.
You'll ask them to watch my lesson.
No, sir. To lower the volume of TV.
Yeah, please ask them to lower the volume.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Now listen to me. Okay, answer my question now. Okay. So what will be there in I for the first time? Akshad.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what will be there in the value? What will be there in I for the first time?
First time 0.
Okay. Get into this for loop. Then what will be there in R now? 5 plus.
0.
So what will be there in R?
5.
Okay. So what am I returning?
5.
So what am I using for returning?
A yield.
So that 5 will come and sit where?
Sir. Here for I in my generator.
Because I called generator function, right? So it is
Yes.
returning, right? No, so it actually comes and sits here, isn't it? So that
Yes, sir.
I am using and printing it over here, right? So that is why
Okay.
I get 5 over here, correct?
Yes, sir.
But now generator function again. So this is a generator function. So therefore I will call him once again, correct?
Yes.
So when I call him once again, do you think I will call this generator function will work from first, or it will work from the place where it actually left out?
It will work from the place where it left.
Exactly. Where did it leave us? It left it over, left out here,
R
isn't it?
equal to, yeah.
So what it will take the next value, correct? So which is
Yes.
but 1. Then I'll put
1.
inside this loop. Then R is equal to 5 plus 1, which becomes 6. And that will be returned. Okay. So that will come and sit here. And that will get into this I of this for loop. And then I print it over here. This happens. So this keeps happening over here. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So what is that I want to tell you is very simple. Okay, this is not a real generator function. It is a dummy generator function which I wrote. Okay, no. So the real generator function will be more complex. But okay, what I want to tell you is that generator functions are those functions, okay, which will be implemented or which will return. Okay, no. So which will return a value using the keyword called as yield. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? Rajesh Reddy, can you please unmute yourself quickly? Rajesh Reddy, can you please unmute yourself quickly? Yes. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Rajesh, tell me.
Sir, why it will start from a leftover yield?
That is how it is designed. That is why. It is designed for starting out from the leftover. You remember
Okay.
how range function is working?
Yes, sir.
How does the range function work? For
Okay.
I in range function, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Range, correct? No? I'm range. Okay. Now, first time it will call range. It will take that value. It will do some operation with that value that is from I. And then it wants to take the second value. If I want to take the second value, I'll have to call this function once again, isn't it? So when
Yes,
I call this function once again, it should return me 0 or the next value.
The next value.
Or whatever the ranges that we have given over here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Of course, it has to give from the leftover value only, no? And that is why this range function, that is what is the design of generator function. This is a
Okay.
design pattern. This is generator function is a design pattern given by Python for us. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yield means return. Pragati, yield means returning the value. But when you're going back, okay, so it is the difference is that return, when you return, right, the stack frame generated for the function will be destroyed. Whereas when you use yield, the stack frame that was generated for function will not be destroyed. It would be as it is on the memory. Is that okay, Pragati? Did you understand? Is that clear? Okay. Now, shall we do the guess the output quickly, my dear friends?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Quickly tell me what is the output of this Akshata. Quickly, you should be very quick.
10, 25, what do you like? 25.
What are you doing here? 1 second, wait. Okay. Now tell me.
So should I explain the step or only
Yes, yes.
output?
No. Explain the step. Why should I give no output? Explain the step first.
Okay. So first it will call average. Then in average it will we are
There
passing
is a
10,
print
20.
function, isn't it? There is a
Yeah.
print function, but within print function, we are calling an average function, isn't it? So
Yes.
this is a function call, and how many parameters am I passing?
3 parameters we are passing,
What are they?
and 10, 25, and 40.
Where will that go and sit?
So 10 will sit in N1,
Hmm.
25 will sit in N2, and 40 will sit in N3.
Okay. Then what am I doing inside that function?
Taking average, that is adding and dividing it by 3.
And the result will come and sit in this place, isn't it?
Yes.
And then what happens? That will get printed on the screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then what happens? The
It
next
will,
one.
okay. Next, it will again call average function.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the return will, it will sit in average again after.
It will sit in average. It will call this function. Okay.
Yeah.
Then what happens? 10, 25, 40 will come and sit over here. Okay.
Yes.
And then I
And
will
we
add
will
all
add
those and
them.
find the average. That will come and sit over here and then do a plus 10 to that answer and then print the value, correct?
Yes.
Hello guys, is that okay? I'm not bothered about the answer here. I'm only bothered about the steps. Did you understand how the function is being called and all that? Okay, I'm not, don't worry, don't calculate the values and all that right now. I'm just asking you how this, I'm telling you, did you understand the concept? I'm calling the function. So what happens in this case now?
So there are 2 average. So first it will execute inner one.
Exactly.
That is,
So print function is there. Okay. So print is printing the average of this, but this average function is again given 3 input. Okay. Did you see that?
yes.
3 inputs are there. Okay. So first
Yes.
this average function will be called. Okay. Then it will return the average of this. So you'll get a result. So that one 8 and 12 will again be called using average function. Then we'll we'll get the value of that average. Is that clear, my dear friends? Hello.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand this? Okay, a little bit of little bit of knowledge or brain if you can use, we'll get to know, right? I'll just try to put function. Did you understand this or not, guys? Is this okay or not?
Yes,
I
sir.
want everyone to respond. Is that okay? Okay, first it will find out this average and then it will find out this average and then give the result. Okay, so how many function definition we have? Only one function definition. Clear? Okay, what about this? The next one.
So here we have used if. So first it will process will be same. Like first it will call average.
Okay, first it will check this average. It will call this average function and
Yes.
it will return the average and we'll see if this average is less than 0 or not. If it is less than 0, it will print invalid average, correct?
Yes.
Guys, is that okay? Is that clear? Hello, is that clear? Okay, right. So can you do this as your assignment? The third one?
Yes, sir.
Third one, can you do as your assignment? It is quite simple. Is that okay? Can you do this as an assignment? It's very, very simple. So for this, please draw diagram, else you will not know. You'll have to draw the diagram for this, else you will not know. You'll get confused, right? Is that okay? Hello, yes or no? Is that okay? Now, cool. Now tell me what will happen in this case. Wait.
So program.
1 minute, Akshita. Okay, so here the indentation has gone for dogs here. Okay, yeah, tell me what will happen here.
So first there is call function. It will
Okay.
call.
There is a call function. Okay, then.
Yeah. It will call. Yeah. Then there is a sequence which is list. And
So
then
let me write that. Okay, this is a stack frame for call function. Okay,
yes.
and okay, then we have, okay, what are we having inside that? We have a list, isn't it?
Yes.
So we have a list L, okay, and this is basically the heap, isn't it? This is a
Yes.
heap, and inside heap we have a list. Okay, that is 1 comma 2 comma and 3, isn't it, guys? Is that okay with all? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone okay with this? Okay, okay. Then so you will have to do write diagrams like this. Okay, then what happens, ma?
Then change L will be called.
Okay, I'll call change L. So on top of this, there will be one more stack frame, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So okay, then what will happen? I'm passing this L also along with it, isn't
Yes.
it? So this
Yes.
L I'm passing to this. Okay, so this will also have a L, and even this will be pointing to the same list, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no, guys? Hello, respond. No, please respond. Yes or no? Okay, then what happens in change?
Then value of L of 0 will be updated as 5.
Okay, so I'm doing the change in the change function, isn't it? So this
Yes.
is change. In the change function, I'm doing it. So L of 0 is what?
5.
It is 5, isn't it? So this will get changed. Okay, then what happens? I will come back, correct?
Yes.
Where will I come back? I'll come back to the call function. So I'll come back to the call function. So this will get destroyed. And then what happens? I'm printing
Print
the
L.
value of L. So when I print the L, what will be the output?
5, 2, 3.
5, 2, 3. Is that clear, my difference? Did you understand this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? Did you understand this? Okay. Next one, fifth one.
So first call will be
Wait.
no, there is
Put the indentation, wait.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, our in main context list is there. So call will call the
So this is
call
the
the
main context, isn't it?
yes.
Okay. In the main context, we have a LL, is it? LL. LL.
LL.
Okay. So this is the heap. This is the heap. Okay. And then we have a list. Okay. So which is nothing but
1,
1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then what happens?
yes. So then it will call the function call.
It will call the function call. Okay. Then what happens?
Yes.
So there would be a stack frame created for call, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Then.
It is
Then what
going
happens?
to 1, 2, 3 list.
So it is again creating one more list, isn't it?
Yes.
That is in this list. Is it referring to the same list or it will be referring to another list?
So same list.
No, it will be referring to another list.
Okay.
Why did you say it is in the same list? How can you say? In the previous case, we were passing the reference to the same list. That is why it was pointing to the same list, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you see that? I was passing this, but here am I passing anything?
No.
No, right? And one more thing is that this is mutable. Only immutable objects, okay, will be sharing the references. Okay, it won't be. I'll show you that. Don't worry. Wait, I'll show you. For now, it will be actually, creating a different location. So LL is pointing to the new location. Guys, is this clear? Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
be clear now. Is this clear? Guys, is that clear? It is not pointing to the same list. It is pointing to some other list. Okay, now is that clear till here? Okay, right. Then what happens, Akshada?
Then it will call change.
1 second. Rajeshwar has not understood. Okay. So Rajeshwar, can you please unmute yourself quickly?
Sir,
What you did not understand?
sir, like in this you are calling there's a list, sir.
Hmm.
So previously you told it will change because we are pointing to the another list.
Where?
But here the list is
No, you clearly give me your doubt. I'm not able to relate what you're saying.
sir. I have not understood how this in this particular program how it is calling, sir.
First, you know this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you understand we are calling here call?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, there is a stack frame created.
Yes, sir.
This list was created in the main context 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm getting into this call here. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
creating one more list over here.
Yes, sir.
I'm creating one more list over here.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me what you did not understand.
Okay,
What
sir.
you did not understand.
Now I understood, sir. After
Okay.
you explained.
Okay, fine. So, Akshita, what happens in the next one?
Then sir, it will call change.
It will call the change function. Okay.
Change function.
So
Yes.
I'm calling the change function. So in this case, what is happening over here now?
Then LL of 0 is getting updated as 5.
Okay. So did I create any LL over here?
No.
Then which LL is it referring to?
Uh, Sir, the global one in
Exactly,
the one in
exactly.
main
Yes.
context.
Yes, we have done this earlier also, isn't it? We have done such kind of problems earlier also, right? So it is
Yes.
referring to the LL of this one, correct? When you don't
Yes.
have any reference created, it is taking the global one, right? So what happens is LL of 0 is getting changed. So which is getting there? This one or this one?
Uh,
A
sir,
or B? A or B?
B.
B is getting changed, isn't it? So L
Yes.
of 0 will now become 5, right? And then what happens?
Then
Now
it
we'll
will
come back to this
again come
place.
back to call function,
Okay,
and
here,
then it will
what will it print?
print LL. That is 1, 2, 3.
Exactly, it'll print A by because this is belonging to the call function. So it'll print 1, 2, 3. Okay, then this will
Yes.
come back to this main context. What will it print here?
5, 2, 3.
5, 2, 3. So the output would be 1, 2, 3 and 5, 2, 3. Is that clear,
Yes, sir.
guys? So you will have to, draw diagrams like this and then you will be able to understand. But in interviews, you will not have enough time to actually write diagrams, but try to create these diagrams visually in your mind. Is that okay, my dear friends? Okay, you should be able to create such kind of diagrams in your mind visually, and that is where experts come into picture. Okay, now having said that, okay, next one, sixth one.
Uh, so first it will
What kind of
be,
first of all, by saying this, what kind of parameters, what is this kind of parameters called as? I explained this.
yes, the fixed,
No, I
yeah,
told you
keyword
keyword
base.
based. Yeah, we call it as keyword based, right? So
Yes.
C is equal to 6, B is equal to 3, and A is equal to 1 we have given, and then we are saying 5, isn't it? Okay, so
Yes.
this 5 should get stored where?
B.
B.
No, Z, because it's remaining one.
Yeah, but this will not work like this. Okay, because okay, if you want to give this value, you have to give in the first place itself. At the last, you cannot give because the interpreter gets confused as to whom to this has to be given or something like that. Okay, so this is a
Okay.
wrong syntax basically. So this will give you a compile time error.
Right.
Right? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Coming to the next one. Try this out. Try this out. Okay. Now, tell me
Yes.
the seventh one, what happens?
So it will also give error.
Why it will give you an error?
Because while calling the function, we are passing 2 parameters, and in definition, there are 3.
Yeah, but you remember I told you something called as what do you call my guys? Do you remember what I called you? I told you this. You remember I told you something. Okay, I told you about some arguments, default arguments. You remember I told you about default arguments. If you don't give pass any value, automatically it will take the value. You remember,
Okay.
Akshada? You forgot.
Yes, sir, but
But yes, but this will give an error. Of course, this
yes,
will give an error, but not because for the reason that you said. It is giving an error because the default. If you want to make use of a default argument, then the value to which you are assigning the default argument should be at the last. Is that okay,
yes,
my dear friends? Right now,
yes, sir.
this would have worked if the function would have been like this: call, okay, a comma b comma c is equal to 10, right? So always the default argument should be the last argument, right? It cannot be at the first. So this will be an error. Is that clear? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so try this out. Even this will give you an error. Okay, right. Now tell me what is the output of this one? Eighth one. Eighth one.
Eighth one. Okay. Sir, hello, Kello.
Exactly. It will be hello and kello because nobody are calling hell. Isn't it, my dear friends? Okay, this is a function definition, but no one is calling this function definition. There is no function call for this. So this will not get executed. So the output would be hello and kello. Okay. Now, what about this? Next one.
Sir, hello, bello. No, hello, Kello, bello.
Exactly. Hello, kello, and we are calling this hell. So therefore it goes here and calls and it prints bello. Is that okay?
Yes.
Hello, kello and bello. Okay. Now coming to the 10th one. Okay. Super. Very nice. Tell me what is happening here in this case.
Okay. Sir, in global context, first, address of 5 will be printed.
Hey, start from here.
Okay, n is equal to 5. So
1 second.
value of 5 will be stored in n.
Okay, this is your heap. Okay,
Yeah.
right. And I have an object. Okay, what is the value?
Sir,
5, no? 5, no?
idea. Yeah.
N is
N
equal to
is
5.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is here. Okay, and assume the address of this is say 100. Let us assume it is
Yes.
stored in some 100 address. Okay, right. Then what will ID of n print?
100.
It will print 100. Guys, is that okay? Hello, are you understanding what I'm saying? Guys, okay. Then what happens?
Hell of n will be called. Hell will be called, hell function.
Yes.
And
So
n
what
is the
happens?
past parameter.
So n is being passed, isn't it? So this is
Yes.
hell function. Okay, and what is this n pointing to now?
5.
Right.
Is it the same 5?
Uh, yes, sir,
Yes,
because
because
we're
I'm passing
passing
the
the same
reference.
parameter.
I'm passing the
Yeah.
reference, therefore this will be referring to the same 5, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, then what am I, so inside this, what will I print? I mean, when I print ID of n,
Printing
what will
the
I print?
address of n.
So that is nothing but 100, isn't it? You're supposed
Yes.
to tell me the answer now. It is 100, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, now what will happen here? N is equal to n plus 1.
N plus 1, 6.
In this context, will this will change, or it will create a new variable or new memory location or new object?
Uh, sir, it will create new memory location.
Why?
Sir, because in Python, it create new
No,
memory.
because n, whatever n is a, okay, mutable object. It is an integer object, isn't it? It's a
Yes.
mutable object. You cannot change it, right? You cannot change the, sorry, it's a immutable object, isn't it? So your integer is an immutable object. It means that you will not be able to write in its memory. You will not be able to change its value. I told you, no, that was the initial chapters of our class.
Yes, sir.
Integers are immutable whose value cannot be changed. So when you're doing n is equal to n plus 1, what happens is that, okay, it will create a new value, or it will copy this in some other location, give a new value to it. Okay, we'll call it as 200, and then this n will start referring to the new location. Is that okay,
Yes.
guys?
Yes.
Okay, it will start pointing to the new location. Now when I print id of n, what will be there? What will be the value?
200.
It would be 200. Okay, and now this function got over. I'm coming back, the control
Yes.
will come back, and then I'm printing the id of n.
100.
It would be 100. Is that clear, my dear friends?
Yes,
Hello, is
sir.
that clear? See here, I want you to understand this concept over here. Okay, so this will be understood only when you draw diagrams like this. Okay, now similarly, okay, so tell me here what happens. Okay, this is again a very beautiful question, very nice. I want you to answer this. Okay, start, Akshada.
Okay. Sir, first of all, a list is there. List will be created on heap. N is equal to 1, 2, 3.
Okay, right, hen.
Yeah. Then its
Wait, wait,
address
wait, wait,
will
wait,
be.
wait, wait, wait. I'll write it off. Wait.
Okay.
Okay. So n 1, 2, and 3. So n is pointing to this. Okay. Next.
Yes. Address of it will be
Okay, I'll
printed.
just make it as some 200 or something. Okay. So
Okay.
it will print 200, right?
Mhm.
Guys, do you know that when you try it out on your real machine, you won't get 100 or 200. You'll get some other addresses. Do you know that? Yes,
Yes,
no?
sir.
So then don't ask me, sir, in the class you told 100, but I'm getting something else and all that. All dirty fellows are there, some dirty fellows like that. Okay, yeah, fine. Then tell me, then what happens?
So then it will call hell and pass the parameter n.
Okay, it will pass like this, right? No? So it
Yes.
means there is a stack frame getting created, and the stack frame is for hell. And what are you passing?
N. That
N,
is
that is the
yes.
reference you're passing, isn't it? So
Yes.
inside n also, inside this hell also, you will have a reference n, and that is pointing to the same list, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you're passing the reference. So then what happens?
Then it is it then it printing the address that is 200 again.
Yeah, this will print 200, isn't it? Okay,
Yes.
then
N of 0 is equal to 5. So it is changing 1 as 5.
yeah,
First
okay, then what
element.
happens?
Then it is printing the address of n. So
200, isn't it?
uh, sir, so is it same or
It is same, no? It is same. Why it should be different?
okay?
It is same, no? 200 is referring to the same.
Okay. Yes.
Hmm?
Got
So
it.
it will be 200, and then it will come back.
Yes.
Once it comes back, what will happen?
Again, 200 will be printed. ID
Then
of n.
200 will be printed, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Guys, is that okay? Hello, is that okay? Yeah, okay. So now, right? Yeah, Ankur, unmute yourself and ask me.
So what if in define hell of n
Hmm.
inside there we have given that n of 0 is equal to 5, right?
Hmm.
What if it was n of n is equal to n?
What is n of n?
No, not n of n. I'm saying n equal to n. Then will it copy the whole thing and keep the whole list, or
No,
will
no.
it again?
When you're doing, see, whenever you have a list 1 is equal to list 2. Okay, no? Assume like this. Okay, so you have a list 1. Okay, and this is one list, right? And whenever
Yeah.
you're doing list 1 is equal to list 2, what happens is that the address only will get copied. The reference will get copied. The contents are not getting copied.
Okay.
The contents will never get copied. The L1 is actually a tag which is pointing to this list, and the already existing tag, right, or the reference that it is actually pointing to, that will get copied.
Yeah.
The
Just like
contents are
the
not getting copied. The contents will be there like that only on the on the memory.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till here, did you understand? Because the real stuff is going to come now. Okay. Are you
Okay.
understanding this? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Now, slowly the things are getting, interesting. Now see this program. Can you tell me what happens?
Yes. Sir, first value of n is 5.
1 second. Where is it? Here. Okay. Here. Right.
Yeah.
So n. Okay.
Is
And
5.
okay. So there is an object 5. Okay. N at some address 100. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then what happens? Print ID of n. What will get printed?
100 will be printed.
Oh, sorry. 100 will get printed. It's 100 will get printed. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Then
Then it will call hell, but it is not passing parameter.
yes, it is not passing any parameter. Then what happens? So there is a stack frame. It is hell. Then what gets? Okay. Then what happens?
Yes. Then value of n is 6.
So I'll say n is equal to 6. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you mean? This will get changed?
No.
No, right? Because it is immutable. You cannot change,
Immutable.
isn't it? Therefore, this will be pointing to a new variable 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Or no? Right. So this would be at 200. Guys, is that okay? Because it is
Yes.
immutable. You will not be able to change it. Okay. It will create a new object. Okay. And n is pointing to that. Then what happens? Print ID of n. What will
200.
get printed? It will print
200
200.
will
Then
be
what
printed.
happens?
Then n is 7. It will increment.
So will it increment this or create a new object?
It will create new.
Very good. It will create a new object and then
Yeah.
assume it is at 300 and that value would be 7 and
Yeah.
and this n will now be pointing to the new memory location, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what will be the idea of n over here?
300.
It would be 300, correct?
Yes.
What will happen to this 6?
6 will get garbage collected.
It would be garbage collected, isn't it? Okay. And then after finishing this function, I'm coming back over here. So what
Yes.
happens in this case?
100.
It would be 100.
100.
Guys, is that clear? Hello, is that clear, my dear friends? Are you understanding the difference? I've given you all the programs. I've given you all the programs, my dear friends. Okay. Now coming to the third one. Moment, I will just align this properly. Okay. So yeah, start.
Sir, let example function will be called,
Okay.
and then it will return tuple.
Thank you, Ashwin. 1 second. Yeah. 1 second. I'll just charge my battery. Yeah. What will get? Thanks, Ashwin. Okay. Yeah. So what will happen?
Sir, it will return tuple.
It will return a tuple, isn't it, my dear friends?
Yeah.
It will return a tuple which contains 5, 6, 7. So it will be 5, 6, 7. Is that okay? Clear?
Yes.
I told you, you can return multiple values and that will be returned as a tuple. Okay. Right. Cool. Now this one.
First of all, it is calling r equal to fun. So fun is getting called.
Okay. Fun is getting called. Okay.
Then there is inner function.
Okay.
Okay. Then it is
Defined.
printing. Yeah. Then it
Then
will
this
print
one-
hello.
It won't print hello. It has to be called. No, the function has to be called. It is not yet called. It is there. It is there, but not called. It is just part of this fun. That's all. But now next, this is one statement of fun function. And in the next line, I'm calling in fun. So this will be called.
Okay.
Then hello will be printed first. Okay. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
And then return 5, which will come and sit in R.
Yeah.
And then that will get printed. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this one, take it as your assignment. 15th one, take this as your assignment. Yeah. Similar kind of problem.
Okay.
Take this as your assignment. Okay. Right. 16th
Yes.
one. 1 second. One
Yes.
second. Yeah. 1 second. I'll align this. Okay. 16th one. Tell me what happens.
Sir, there is list. Then
Guys, 1 second. Guys, you want me to draw the diagram or I want you to now understand yourself? Is that okay? Now I want you to draw the diagram visually in your mind. Will you do that? I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
going to help you out. Okay, now tell me.
So there is a list, then fun is getting called
Okay.
without any parameter.
Okay.
So again, another list is created there.
Okay. So fine. So you have two lists on the heap.
Yes.
Yes. Yes or no, my dear friends? There are two lists on the heap, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Then.
So the second list address will be printed.
So this will be a different address and this will be a different address. Am I right? Guys, am I right? Okay. Fine. Cool. Now here, this one.
Program will start from main context, that is a equals to 3.
Okay.
List 3 will be printed. Then fun will be
Okay.
called.
3 will be printed. Okay. Here 3 will be printed. Then.
Yes. Fun will be called.
Okay.
And then value of a is 2. So
This A is a new A or the old A?
new a.
It's a new A, isn't it? It's a new A.
Yes.
Okay. Then.
Then a will be printed, that is 2.
Okay. Then.
Then it will come back and 3 will be printed.
Yeah. So the output would be 3, 2, 3, isn't it?
Yes.
First is 3 and then 2 and then 3, isn't it? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
no? Okay. So there is a small alignment problem once again. Here what happens? Tell me.
Sir, first 3 will be printed in the main
You
context.
should, why are you skipping this Yakshada?
Okay, sir. Our program will start from main context, a equal to 3. Then 3 will be printed. Then
Okay.
function will be
printed.
fun will be called.
Okay.
Then value of a is 2
But what is this?
globally.
Yeah, so we have a keyword called as global. See, if you see the previous program, this A was a new A, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes or no, my dear friends? This A was a new A, isn't it? Did this A refer to the global A? Tell me, in this program, did this A refer to the global A?
No.
No, right? What if I want to refer to the global A in the function? Inside this function, I want to refer to this global A. Right? No, not the, I don't want it to create a new A. Rather, I want to tell that, boss, I want to refer to the global A itself. In that case, I will have to bring the scope of this global A into this function by using the keyword global A. Is that okay? Did you understand? So once I say global A and then try to say A is equal to 2, it means I will be referring to the variable A over here. Is that okay? My dear friends,
Yes.
do you understand? Okay. So this will be 2. So as an assignment, I want to print the ID of this A. I want to print the ID of this A. Take this assignment and post it in the group today. And I want to print the ID of this A. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying? Okay. So can you guess the ID of this A? And okay, you do this as assignment. You'll understand. Take this as your assignment. Okay. Now
Yes.
do. Right. So when I say, for now understand that when I say global A, it means I'm trying to bring the scope of this global variable into this. Okay. Right.
Yes.
So what do you think? Will the ID way will be same or not? Will be same, will be different. What do you think?
Sir,
Okay,
I
do
think
one thing.
it will be same, but
Okay. Okay, no problem. So try to do it. You'll understand. Okay.
yes.
Okay. Right. Cool. Now coming to this one. Okay. So here.
Then 2 will be printed
Yeah.
after
Okay.
that.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. But try it out. Okay. I want you to try this out. Okay. With the idea of A. But what you're saying is right. Okay. Now,
Yes.
what about this 19th one?
So program will start from our main context, that is a equal to 3. Then
Okay.
it print a, that is
Okay.
3.
Okay. Everything is same. Okay. Only thing is we are adding some keyword globals over here. Okay. So this is an entity which will take the value of the global variable A and then store it into X. You're understanding? Okay. And then this A is not global. This A is new to this function. Is that clear? So in the previous case, when I say global A, guys, listen to me. In this function, when I say global A, it means I was referring to the global variable A, isn't it? So when I say A is equal to 2, it was referring to this A, isn't it, my dear friends? Hello, did you understand this? Whereas in this example, okay, I am taking the global value of, the value of the global variable A, storing it into X, and then I'm creating a new value A over here. So this A has nothing to do with this global variable A. Is that okay? If suppose I want to just get the value of that and use it in my program or somewhere, I will be making use of it. Is that clear? Okay. So I want you to try these two and try to print the IDs of these two. So can you please note down somewhere 18 and 19? 18 and 19, I want you to print the ID of A and say it. Okay. So I've given you one more example using globals. So that is of 20th. So 18, 19, 20. Can you do it, my dear friends? It will
Yes, sir.
give you a lot of information. Can you please do that? 18, 19, and 20. Okay. So work around with it. You'll understand what I'm trying to tell you. Clear? Okay. Now, okay.
21.
This is quite interesting. Okay. First of all, okay. So Akshada, did you do the revision yesterday?
Yes, sir.
What will filter function do?
Filter function will take filter out, will take the list and pass it to one by one to the lambda function, and
Okay.
then it will filter out as per the condition in lambda. Return
Okay.
statement.
So based on the return statement, isn't it? So when does it filter out? If the return value is false, correct?
No, if it is true.
No, it is. If suppose if it is false, right? If suppose the condition does not satisfy for a
Yeah, so it
particular
will filter
sequence,
out.
then that will be filtered out, isn't it?
Yes.
It will filter out when it is false, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So those elements will be filtered out if the condition is not met with this particular sequence, this particular element in the sequence. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me what is the output of this?
This parameter.
Interview question. Interview question. All these are interview questions. Okay, fine. So what is the first? So filter function will take the first element and pass it to this lambda function, isn't it? What is
Yes.
the first element?
For 1.
That what is x now?
X is 1.
What is it returning?
0.
0 is considered as what?
False.
So 1 will be filtered out. It won't be added. Then it will pass the second element.
Yes.
What is x?
2.
So what is returned?
0.
0 means what?
False.
2 is filtered out. Okay. Now can you
Yeah.
tell me what will it return?
It will return 0 always. So it will return false.
So every time.
Everything-
So what is the sequence that will return actually? What list? It will return an empty list.
Okay, empty list. Yeah.
Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. What about next one? Map.
Map function.
What will map do?
Uh,
Remember what I told you?
yes. Sir, map function.
Quickly, what will map function do?
Map function don't filter. It takes like x is equal x and
Okay,
it
okay,
takes
fine.
one parameter.
Yeah, it generates a new sequence. Okay. So guys, can you do this also as your assignment? Can you do this? Okay. Learn the previous assignment. Anyways, the video is there, I guess, no, about filter. Is the video there about filters, my dear friends? Yesterday's class, it is there. In yesterday's class, it is there, no? So try
Yes.
this out. Okay. Now, what about this? Okay, try this out also. That is, which is this reduce function. What will reduce do, by the way? Can you tell me at
Reduce
least?
will reduce to one value.
Sequence to one value, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, this is also an interview question. These three are interview question. Okay, no? So can you please, Rakesh Khanna, can you please unmute yourself and talk to me?
Sir, I have a silly doubt. I think it may be silly.
Silly means don't ask. If it is serious, don't ask me.
It's okay, sir.
What is okay?
I mean, you said that it's a silly one. Don't ask.
Because see, doubt should be doubt, right? No, that we feel like answering. Anyways, ask me. It's okay.
Sir, you said that if lambda exceeds to 0, I mean, every value of the
Here,
x will become 0, no?
Here,
in the-
here, in filter.
Yes, yes. Yes, filter.
How will filter work? Tell me.
It will filtered out. I mean, every false value will be filtered out.
If, it will take an element, it will check against a particular condition. Okay, and if that if it returns as false, that element will be filtered out. Okay, then what is your doubt now?
Okay, sir. I got it.
So
I
this
confused,
was
bit confused.
no. This is first of all not a doubt. Correct? No.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Rakesh Khanna, why are you not asking me some real good doubts, Rakesh Khanna? Where are you from? Yeah, Rakesh.
I'm from Telangana, sir.
Telangana. Okay. Did you understand, by the way?
Yes, yes, sir.
How are you liking the course? You're enjoying the course?
Yes, sir. Fine.
Not enjoying. It's only fine.
Enjoying.
Enjoying
It's
means what?
going. It's going in a flow.
It's going in a flow. Oh, okay. Super cool. Did you understand this now?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Okay, cool. Fine, ma. Rakesh, chalo. Right. So, Malika sir, can you tell what are all the assignment questions for today? Malika, do all the programs. Don't take it as one or two. Do all the programs with diagrams. Is that okay, Malika? Right. So I know someone yesterday asked me, I forgot to answer. Someone asked me, what do you mean by this? Isn't it? So don't worry. I think tomorrow's session is all about modules. I'll be telling you what does this from, import and all mean. Okay. Who asked me that? Yesterday, someone asked me, what do you mean by this line? Someone asked me, I don't know who is that. Okay. Who is that? Rakesh. Rakesh Darling only asked, isn't it? Okay. So Rakesh, I'll be discussing this tomorrow, yeah, in modules chapter. Is that okay? Rakesh, I'll be discussing this. It is called as, importing a module. I'll be discussing this. So guys, can you do this? Okay. It is easy, no? Easy, difficult? Okay. So Ankur, unmute yourself, Ankur.
So actually, yesterday you were telling about annotations, no? Where if you give two annotations, it will continue from the same position.
What is that? Annotations?
At like you were using
At decorator
annotation,
one, at
yeah,
decorator
at decorate,
two.
yeah.
Hmm,
So what I saw was that when you didn't use the annotations, you could print the same thing twice.
Okay.
Actually,
When you
but
call it
when
twice. When you call
yeah,
it twice.
you could call the same thing twice.
Twice,
But
and it'll what is that? Okay, continue.
so when you used annotations, actually it continued from the same wherever it was ending. Actually,
No.
if you go to the
No.
last
I
program.
understood. No. I'll tell you what happened. Here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do one thing. Okay. So this what happened. The meaning of this is first apply decorator 1 to this. You'll get a result. Okay.
Okay.
And to that you apply decorator 2 is the meaning of this.
Yes. What if I wanted to print? I mean, like define my function return 10, then print my function.
I didn't
Okay.
get what is that?
Like go to the previous program, just the one above it. Over here, you were printing function 1 and 2, right?
This will print the first value, and then this will not work on the already existing value. It will print a new value.
Okay. What if I wanted to print both the decorators output?
It means you want to do like this.
Over here.
Okay, then you have to make some modifications inside this only.
Okay.
You have to make some modifications.
Can I actually write at annotation 2? I mean, first at my decorator 1, and define my function, return 10, everything, and then again
No, not possible. You'll have to write a separate function for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So guys, I want to ask you something. So I am scared going into the programming assignments, okay, because you have not completed the previous assignments itself. So how do we go about it? Akshada, how do we go about it? Because I cannot ask everyone. Okay, so we have completed this, right? Anyways,
Yes.
so let us first finish up these. I'll just ask you what are these programming assignments. Write a programming. By the way, guys, we have done theory, isn't it? We have done the theory part, correct? We also done the debugging part, isn't it, my dear friends? Yes or no? And then finally comes what? The programming assignments, right? You should know the theory part. You should know the debugging part. Okay, we did the debugging by using guess the output and all that. And now programming assignments, right? So, right. So fine. So we'll discuss about this in a while. So before that, let us see what is this doing. Akshada, what is the first program?
Write a program to convert temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit based on user input for specific range, start and end.
Okay, so you write a function. So you write a function.
Yes.
So to do this activity, isn't it? So you are supposed to write a separate function to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yes or no, my dear friends? Yes, no? with a
Yes, sir.
specific range start and end. You'll have to pass one start and end to the function, and you'll have to find out this. Okay, so this is quite easy, right? Using functions you can do. I think you have already done it earlier without using functions. Now I think you have to dedicate specific functions for this and do, right? Okay, next one, yeah.
Write all previous programs using functions.
What a super question, isn't it? Right? Instead of revisiting all the questions, I simply wrote all the previous functions, all the previous programs that you have written. I want you to convert that into a function and make it more moderate. I mean, modular. Okay, is that okay? This is again a very simple assignment. Next, third one.
Write a program with function names check 0, that is given 3 integers and return true if any of the 3 integer is 0, otherwise it returns false.
Is this clear, guys? Is that clear? Akshata, what does it say?
Sir, if there are all integers, then
No,
return.
explain what is it? What is the program all about?
Okay, we have to write a function. The name of the function should be check 0.
Okay.
In that we have to give 3 integers.
Okay.
If any one of
From
the
the
three,
main context, you are passing 3 integers.
yes,
And those 3 integers you are taking from the using the input function.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So if any one of the 3 integers is 0, not any one of the 3, any of the integers is 0, then it should return true. Otherwise, it false.
It should return true. Yeah. If any of the integers is 0, otherwise it should return false. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Malika is asking previous programming means previous assignment program, sir. Yes, Malika. Previous all assignment programs. Okay. Right. Then what is the fourth one?
Write a program with function name check low to light, that is
Low to
passed
high. Low to high.
low to high.
Hmm.
That is passed 3 integers and return true if the 3 integers are in order from smallest to largest, otherwise it return false.
Yeah. Did you understand what is this program all
Yes.
about? What is this?
Yes.
Tell me.
From the main context, we have to pass a function. We have to call a function whose name should be check low to high. And from the main context itself, we have to give 3 integers.
Okay.
And if they are in the order smallest to large, that is, if they are in ascending order, then return true, otherwise false.
So what if I pass 8, 9, 7?
It will return false.
Okay. If it is 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Guys, did you understand this question? Guys, do you understand this question? Okay. Next, fifth one.
Write a program with function name is divisible, that is given a positive integer n and second positive integer m less than equal to n, and return how many numbers between 1 and n are evenly divisible by m.
Okay. Yeah. Explain. Explain.
Okay. From main context, we have to call a function is divisible, and
Okay.
in that is divisible, we have to pass the parameters, that is
Okay.
from,
We have to pass a parameter n. First parameter is n. It's a positive number n, isn't it?
yes,
Okay. And then
and second positive integer we have to give m, which
m,
should be
that
less
would
than,
that should be less than the first parameter, correct?
yes,
Less than or equal to the first parameter.
and then we have to return that how many numbers are there which are evenly divisible by 1 and
1
n.
and n evenly. Is that okay?
Yes,
Guys, you understand this? You will pass n and you will pass one value m, and how many values are divisible by n and between 1 and n evenly by m is what you'll have to find out and give that number, return that number, right? Now, okay, sixth one.
we have to, from the main context, we have to call a function whose name should be printm, which display I love you and our name, and
This is a simple one, right?
yes,
That
that's-
displays I love you and the name that you have actually passed to that function, isn't it?
yes,
Is that okay? Guys, is that okay?
yes, sir.
So tell me, how do you go about doing it? How will you go about doing it? Yeah. Will you do it from this Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Will you do that? So tomorrow, can I start a new chapter? Can I start a new chapter tomorrow? Okay, I'll call it as modules. Okay. So I'm giving you again time for this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm going to together explain you the programs of both functions as well as the previous assignments. Not explain, but I'll show you the code that I've written. Is that okay? Guys, hello, is that okay? Right? Yes, no, can you please, who is that? Deepthi, Deepthi, Madam Deepthi, can you please mute yourself? Okay, so guys, so tomorrow I'm going to start a separate chapter. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can take time to revise all these things and come up with the programs. Don't keep pending programs because it will become lot at the end. So once you're done, so what I will do is that I will show you all the programs that I've written and you can actually compare with the programs that I've done. Okay, so probably you would have done better than me or I would have done better than you. So you can compare whichever is better and you can actually start using it. Is that okay, my dear friends? Hello, is that okay? So I think we have completed the chapter functions. By the way, how did you find functions chapter? How did you find functions chapter, my dear friends? Opinions, please. How did you find functions? Akshada is saying easy, interesting, moderate. Okay. So, right, tricky and interesting, moderate, good as well as difficult. Okay. Right. Guys, never use the term difficult. Always say interesting. Right. So else your mind will take it as difficult only. Right. So call it as interesting. Okay. Okay, fine, guys. So you have any other question to ask me? Okay. Okay, guys, you'll have to master, you'll have to actually practice a lot for that. You'll have to really practice. Okay. Shruti, don't worry, we'll be using decorator function very quite often. Okay, in the upcoming classes and all that. So I'll tell you where to use all that. Right? So don't worry. So did you understand the concepts? Okay. Yeah. Tell me who is that? Hello?
Subhash, this is Nagmani.
Yes, Nagmani.
I have one doubt in the above programs. Can you scroll up?
Here?
Yes, go up. I'll stop you when I see the program.
In today's session?
Yes, today's session only. Yes, hold. Yes, here. Fourth program. Here we are passing a list. First, we are starting with the main context as a call, and when we go there and we are defining the list equal to 1, 2, 3. Then after we are going to a change function. In the change function, we are changing the index of a list of 0 to 5. Since this is an mutable one, when we are trying to print after calling the change function, we are getting printed the updated list.
Okay.
But in case of if we define instead of a list, if we define a value is integer, we are not getting the updated one. We are getting a new whatever it is defined, since that is an immutable one.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that.
Okay. Okay. So what I want you to do is, Nagmani, I want you to print the IDs of all these and then check.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Print the IDs for each and everything. Print the IDs, right? So you will be able to what is that? You will be able to figure out everything with the explanation that I've done. And if you can also see even the IDs of all these objects, you'll automatically understand.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Right. Yeah. What is that? Tell me what is that? Rakesh Khanna. Okay.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, please go to decorators programs.
Here.
21st, sir. 21st. Here in main context, you have passed getting decorated function as an parameter, no, sir. So then why didn't you write braces there, sir?
No, not required. The moment you give the function name, the reference will be taken. When you give braces, it is like calling the function. I'm not calling the function. When you are calling the function only, you'll have to give this parenthesis. It is not braces, it is parenthesis. Okay. This is what you're asking, right?
Sir, I did not understand. Send here function object.
This is what you're asking, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you're writing getting decorated like this, it means you're calling this function. Correct?
Okay, sir.
I'm not calling. I don't want to call. I just want to pass the address of this function to this particular function. That's all.
So when I need to pass a function as a
Just
parameter,
use the name.
should not write braces.
It is not braces, it is parenthesis.
Okay, parenthesis.
Yeah, so no, you don't need to use it. You'll get the reference of this. You'll get the address of this function.
So here in function one, you wrote x is equal to ready for decoration. Third line. There, why did you use parenthesis?
Because I was calling this. I want him to call this. I was not passing the reference. I want to call this function. I'm calling him so that he will return 10. That will go and sit in X.
So once again, can you explain once?
What do you want me to explain?
With and without braces. When to
it is not, whenever you want the address of this function, okay, so you don't use braces. Okay, so whenever you want to call this function, you use parenthesis.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So here getting decorated is a function object, right? No, sir.
What is that?
It is a function object, no, sir.
Which one?
Getting decorated.
This is a function, okay,
No,
and
sir.
functions are treated as objects in Python.
Here, getting decorated is passed as a parameter, no, sir.
Yes, you are passing the address of this getting decorated. This function's object
So
will be
is
there.
that function object?
Yes, you can consider that as a function object.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no. Now
Okay,
when you see this here, L is there. Okay, now, okay, wait 1 second. N is there, okay, and N is pointing to 5, right? Now, what is 5? 5 is an object?
Yes, sir.
N is an object?
Yes, sir.
No, N is actually a reference to this object.
Oh, reference to it.
So, but still we can call N as an object, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I know N is referring to 5, but still we generally say that N is a object, isn't it? Similarly,
sir.
getting decorated is actually containing the reference, right? So we can call this also as an object, function object.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, fine. Shin Kumar, 5th assignment question. Ashwin, unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Ashwin. So you tell me what is that we have to do? Read it.
Write a program with function name is divisible. That is
Hold
given.
Hold on. You have to first write a function, and its name should be is divisible.
Is
correct?
divisible, yeah.
Okay. Then how many
That is-
values that you will be passing to it?
That is given a positive integer.
2 values. One is n, that is a positive
Okay.
value n,
Okay.
and then you'll also pass m, but this m
Okay.
should be less than n.
Okay.
So you'll pass 2 values. One is n, the other one is m, and
Okay.
n will be less than or equal to n.
N.
Correct? And
Okay.
after in that function has to see how many values between 1 and n are evenly divisible by m.
Okay.
You know what I mean by evenly divisible?
Like to
If you do mod 2 or mod with mod by m, it should be
Yeah.
equal to 0. I don't want to give the logic. That is why I'm asking you.
okay, sir.
Evenly
I
from
understand.
1 and n, it should be evenly divisible.
Yeah.
Amara, it is not divisible by 2 here. It is divisible by m. Amara Sharwant, it is m. It is not 2. Okay.
Okay, sir. I understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, so will you practice and come? Okay. So we'll meet in tomorrow's session. Okay. We'll do modules. Yeah, Ankur, tell me what is it?
So actually, while returning the value, can we give if statement there?
Returning, you'll give if statement. Return will only
like-
return values.
Okay, that's what return a value if this condition satisfies. Can we give that?
You write it inside you have this conditional operator that I discussed yesterday. Use that.
Okay.
You remember I told you x if x is greater than y.
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
Use that.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
end of the day, that will result in a final value only, no?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, so shall we meet tomorrow? Yeah. So with another good chapter. Okay. So meet you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye bye. See you. Have a wonderful night. Take care, guys. Bye bye.